Somaliland offered the US access to its mineral resources. Stay here to get the gist. So guys, welcome to week 5 and 6 on the state of African peace, where you get all the major highlights from the previous weeks impacting peace and security in Africa. So stay with me to get all the tea for these 2 weeks. Today, I'll be giving you all the major highlights that took place in the last 2 weeks within Africa, impacting on your peace and security. So sit with me. So Somaliland, a region in Somalia and a self-declared independent state, is offering the United States access to its mineral resources and also establishment of US military bases in the region in exchange for recognition as an independent state by the United States. So this offer by Somaliland followed just 1 month after Israel officially recognized the region as an independent state, a position which Somalia has declared as an infringement on its territorial sovereignty and integrity. So Somaliland is a separatist nation from Somalia that declared independence in 1991. The region is known to be rich in lithium, coltan, and other rich mineral resources. The separatist state declared its independence from Somalia in 1991 amidst Somalia's fight against the Al-Shabaab terrorist group. This fight is still ongoing between Somalia and the group even till date. Now, moving on to DRC. Fighting has resumed between M23 and the Congolese army. So if you recall the last time I updated you about when M23 surrendered Uvira, a region in eastern Congo, to the Congolese army. Well, fighting has resumed in that area, regardless rather of the ongoing peace agreement between both parties. So the M23 is accusing the Congolese army of intentionally targeting sites where the M23 fighters are positioned. They are also accusing the Congolese army of lack of sincerity to end the war because of the benefits they gain from the ongoing war. Likewise, the Congolese army is also accusing M23 of lack of sincerity to honor the ceasefire agreement, accusing the group of taking advantage of the fight to loot and raid villages around the eastern DRC. Following the resumption of fights between this group, series of attacks have happened, including the use of drone to attack the spokesperson of the M23 fighters. If you don't know about the ongoing war in Congo and the M23, make reference to previous videos on the page where I have spoken about the fight before to get more insights on the groups and the fights going on in the Congo DRC. Still on the DRC, mass graves have been uncovered. So the Congolese army has reported that it uncovered mass graves in the Uvira region in eastern DRC. You remember the Uvira region is the area that the M23 army surrendered to the Congolese army in January. Well, the Congolese army has said it discovered mass graves in the area and it is accusing the M23 fighters for perpetrating the act. So, 2 graves were reported to be discovered in the Kanvivira municipal where mass bodies were buried. Another grave too was discovered in the Sanje region, around same Rivera region, with bodies in it. Although the M23 fighters have denied the accusation by the Congolese army of perpetrating mass murders. Still on war, moving on to Sudan now. The United Nations Human Rights Council has described the ongoing war in Sudan as ruthless. So the war was described to be heinous and ruthless because of the several atrocities that are committed as a result of the ongoing war in Sudan. Some of the atrocities committed in Sudan, as described by the United Nations Human Rights Council, are sexual violence, including the gang rape of women and girls, arbitrary detention of civilians, as well as summary executions. The UNHRC said the crimes committed in Sudan is by both the Sudanese armed forces and the RSF. The Human Rights Council also noted that in 2025 alone, deaths recorded were 2.5 times higher than that recorded in the previous year. It describes that the attack in an IDP camp that happened in April 2025 and the capture of El Fasher, which is one of the major cities in Sudan that was under the control of the Sudanese armed forces, but captured by the RSF, recorded some of the mass deaths in 2025. Now, Ghana has reported that over 55 of its citizens have died fighting for Russia. Ghanaian authority has reported that there is a dark web of illegal recruitment of Ghanaian citizens, with over 272 of its citizens that have been recruited to fight for Russia since 2022. It claimed that the recruits were manipulated and misinformed by the criminal trafficking networks. Lately, there have been reports of Africans that have been recruited to fight for Russia across 36 African countries. And some of these recruits, most of these recruits rather, have died as a result of this combat against Ukraine for Russia. Though Russia has so far denied this claim of illegally recruiting African fighters. Now in Gabon, the government has suspended social media platform, claiming it is fueling conflict and division in the country. The government said social media is being used for defamatory, hateful, and insightful contents, and that these contents are stroking conflict and division in Gabon. Although the authorities have also said that they are working with these social media platforms to find better regulations for local contents to avoid some of these hateful and insightful contents in the region. So guys, these are some of the major highlights from the past 2 weeks in respect to African peace and security. You can click on the link in the video to get other news that happened during this season, to get other highlights that occurred during this period. Also, see you next week on week 7 on the state of African peace. And then, bye-bye.